overloading methods, first we will see uh, what is this keyword in this. First we will see this after we will see some garbage collectors. Once it is done, then we will move to the method overloading. See here, we are having one keyword here, thi is this. So whenever you are working with this, in some situations, if you are having instance variable name and the variable local variable name, both are of the same value or same name. Actually, it is not possible to represent two things with the same name. So in that situation, if you want to bifurcate, if you want to distinguish very clearly what exactly this is, so for that situation we use this keyword. So this can be used inside any method or inside a constructor, anything, but which is always represent current object. So which object is right now acting, that object address is going to be referred, or that is going to be referred by this keyword, or this is a pointer just like which is referring currently invoked object. So I'll show you a simple example for this, and after we will discuss all this. Is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'll take a simple example. Say for example, I'll take uh, here. I'm taking the same example. Uh, Here, and also do one thing. I'll copy the entire content and I'll paste here, and I'll remove certain things. I'm removing this default constructor, say for example, and this one also remove, and having only one method, and inside constructor example or this example, this is right. So I just remove all this. I pass some number here, for example 55, and save this one. .java. Now please note down parallelly. For example, this 1 2 3. Here I mentioned 1 2 3. So here I am passing. So it's a simple application. I'm having one ID, student is a one class here. Here I am having one information, student ID is there, and one constructor which is going to be accept a value. For example, the I am using a variable name here. It is as ID. I represent ID equal to ID, right? And I just save and all, right? So here I am passing some number 55. That 55 is going to be assigned to some local variable 55 ID2, and this ID will have is going to be assigned to instance variable ID. Here ID is a instant variable. This ID is a local variable. So instead of X, I mentioned the same name here. Now what happened here? So there is an ambiguity between whether you are assigning this ID to this or this to this, left to right or right to left. Whether it is a local variable or instance variable, the system can't understand. For that situation, we need to identify which is the current object and which is the local variable. And whenever you run this application, we will get an error. Say for example, Java 1 2 3. Compile the code. Now run the code. Right? So we are getting, we don't know what you are getting here. but it's not a valid statement here, right? What you are getting, we need to pass 55, and we need to receive, and you are making S1 object as 55, and whenever you print, you'll get the value 55. So this is not happening here. So to overcome such problem, we need to use this dot id. So what happened in this situation? So I am making, this is the id which is currently invoked object. So which is the current object? S1 is the current object. మా కొంచెం క్లియర్గా చూడండి ఇక్కడ S1తో మనం వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి దిస్ లైన్ సేస్ వాట్ వీఆర్ క్రియేటింగ్ వన్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ S1 and you are passing value 55. Now the current object which is running is S1. So here whenever you are representing like this, the system will understood that S1 id we are going to be assigned local id, the value which is possible, which is supplied here. So this always represents the current id. This dot id equal to id. Now print the value. Now compile and run. The 55. అమ్మా వినపడుతుందా?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in the previous case, if you didn't mention this, what happened? The system will take the default value 0 and it showed just like a 0 value. But it is not the case. We should not use such thing. So we need to identify what you are assigning to what. So here I am assigning local id value to currently invoked object id variable. Now this is id of this particular class, but this id is of this. Please remember here. So this id is only a value local variable for this particular constructor. But this id is not like this. This is related to the currently invoked object, currently working object, which is active now. That object is going to be referred by this. So this dot id, now this becomes, you are assigning this local value to this reference variable or instance variable, you can say. There is a main advantage of this keyword or this operator, right? So like that we can differentiate what is the main advantage of this. Even you can write here also, this dot id means whatever the current object which is running, that id value we need to print. If you are not writing, means the system will assume that the current id is of that particular thing. Please remember here, this always represents the currently invoked object, right? So what are the main uses of this? So it always refer the current class instance variable or current object, and this can be used current not only this one, and also we can also methods. So whatever the method which is implicitly, which is coming internally, that methods we can access by this. And whenever you want to pass any values to the constructors, at the time we use this followed by the parenthesis. I'll show you an example. This can be passed as an argument in the method call. Not only we can use inside a method or constructor, but also we can pass something to another method by means of this also. It is possible. You can use inside a constructor or inside a method. Both is possible here. But whenever you are representing current object, we use this followed by dot, followed by, you mention whether the method name or a variable name. And even written also at the time also you can mention this dot some value or this dot which is active in that. I'll show you a simple example, one more example. See here, so one more example. Here I took one class with the name of ABC. మా కనబడుతుందా ఇది?
Yes, sir.
Here one default constructor with the class name. I'm just showing some information on the screen. And one more is a parameterized constructor. Say for example, if you pass any value, so you are coming over here and you are invoking this. Means you are invoking the constructor of its own, right? And next, whatever the value, whatever the x that is going to be assigned to VAL, that is the current object value, and print the value on the screen. While printing also I can use this, right? Just inside main method, I created one object obj with the name and mention and separate some value 10 here. It come over here. So here please understood what exactly happening here. I'm having only one representation here. Only one object is going to be created here and you are making 10. So in this scenario what happened here? Whether it comes this constructor or this constructor. Anyone? So you are passing a parameter. Anyone please unmute and speak. You are constructing one object and passing some value which is going to be initialized to that particular object instance variable. So in that scenario, whether it is going to be called or it is going to be called. Here I am having two constructors. Hello? Ma, is my voice clear to you or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
మరి ఎవరు
Yes,
పలకడం
sir.
లేదమ్మా. If my voice clear, then why can't you are ma only 80, 81 connect అయినారు చూడండి. You send a message. Why you people are not joining? Is there any technical issues? Very few connected, only 80 members, 81 members. Okay, we will discuss later. Come back. Right, so here I am passing a value 10, means I am going to be invoke this constructor. Yes or no? Parameter pass చేసినప్పుడు
Yes, sir.
డిఫాల్ట్ కి వస్తుందా పారామీటర్ కి వస్తుందా దీనికి వస్తుంది అది. Yes or no?
Parameters.
Parameter
Yes, sir.
constructor is going to be invoked. But here I mentioned this followed by open and close parenthesis. Means what? Whatever the current object, that object constructor which is going to be invoked again. So whenever you represent like this without any parameter, it moves to the default constructor again. It shows the value on the screen. This is the first constructor is going to be executed. Next, whatever the value you supplied by means of this creation, 10 is going to be assigned to X. That 10 is going to be assigned again to value VAL, that is the current object reference variable, instance variable. This instance variable is going to be printed directly like this, or else you can use directly VAL. So here two constructors are executed one by one by using this followed by the parenthesis, means you are invoking a default constructor. See here how it is. So first ఏమవుతుంది ఇక్కడ, first the default constructor is going to be called and next parameter constructor and it shows the value 10. Clear amma? So here two constructors are initiating one by one just because of this followed by this. So this is always represents the current object, and also we can invoke a parent constructor or a constructor which is going to be referred by the current object. These are two things is important, please remember. And in any situation, if two variables, one is instance variable, another one is a local variable, will have the same name, and that situation we use this to separate, to represent what is instance variable, what is a local variable. This is a simple example, please go through this later. Next is the garbage collections. So we created so many number of objects by means of new operator, and so whenever any object which is not referenced or which is not linked to any particular name, a variable name or object name, so in that scenario who will take care of that particular unused unreferenced objects? So in C language, if you want to remove a location which is created by means of MLlock or KLock or real lock, by using these three methods we can allocate the memory. At any situation, if you don't want, how you are going to be remove the memory? అమ్మా నా వాయిస్ వినపడుతుందా? In C
Yes, sir.
language, if you
Yes,
want to
sir.
create memory, we use MLlock, calloc, and realloc methods. But I don't want a particular block or particular node. How I can delete that particular node? ఆ నోడ్ని ఎలా డిలీట్ చేయగలను నేను సిలో?
By using free, sir.
Yes, very good. By using free method, FREE, free method. The free method is a method which is used to deallocate the memory, to remove the memory. So that is we need to take care of in C language. In C++, we are having one more operator, delete operator, in order to delete the memory. But coming to Java, it is not necessary. Deallocation done automatically. There is no need of doing any explicitly to remove any sort of unused memories. The system will recollect and delete all unused references, unused objects, and make use for further uses. That's the main advantage of this. So that's we can call garbage collection. So Java will have a garbage collectors which will collect the memory which is not referred by any object, unused objects. Right? Such things will be automatically recollected or collected back and make for further uses. That's about garbage collections, and there is no explicit need to destroy any object. Everything will be done automatically. If no one is using that one, automatically will be removed. You should not think about any sort of these removing memory or deleting memory. And there we can have one method, that is the finalize method. The thing is here, whenever you are deleting or whenever you don't want any object which is worked for certain execution part in our program, that object will have certain things which is needed for us, right? So if you are not referring that object, what happened? That object will be removed from the memory automatically. But while removing that object, if you want to do any sort of action like saving any file, closing any file streams, right? Any non-related Java things will be there. That things if you want to do before deleting that particular object, such things done by means of finalize method. మా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి అమ్మా, ఇక్కడ మనకి 3 keywords వస్తాయి: ఫైనల్, ఫైనల్లీ అండ్ ఫైనలైజ్. మా క్లియరా? వినపడుతున్నాయా నా మాటలు?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
సో మనకి డోంట్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ ఫైనల్లీ, ఫైనల్, ఫైనలైజ్ అని 3 వస్తాయమ్మా. 3 డిఫరెంట్ సిమిలర్ వర్డ్స్ లాగా ఉండే 3 టర్మ్స్ వస్తాయి. మిగతావి మళ్ళీ చెప్పుకుందాం, బట్ ఫైనలైజ్ గురించి మాత్రం వినండి ఇక్కడ. సో వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ఫైనలైజ్ సర్టన్ యాక్షన్స్ whenever you are deleting or whenever the system is recollecting or deallocating the memory. So what are those finalizations? What are those things we need to do while deleting an object, while destroying an object? Such things you can refer or mention inside finalize method. ఈ మెథడ్లో మనం రాసుకుంటే those things will be done before deleting an object, right? So very very important. This is the syntax of this. So you add finalize followed by protected. So we never find this whether it is executing or not. Why? Because if you did anything, that things will be done inside and simply silent. It never give you any sort of information. It just called prior to garbage collections, which is going to be called before the garbage collectors are recollecting back unused memories. Okay, Nama, I'll add this information. So which is having a protected a keyword. It is not a method. Don't remember, it is a method, finalize method, which is having some written value, and I define, or usually we should define inside with the pre-access modifier as protected. Protected in the sense which is visible to its hierarchy only, which is not available to the outside world. It is not a public, it is not a private. It is a protected means this method will be visible within the hierarchy, within its hierarchy only. We will see those things later, what is public, private, protected and all. But remember, public methods can be accessed anyone from outside, But protected methods can be accessed only those which are involved in, which are having in the same hierarchy, like family members, mother, say for example, parent, child, grandchild. In that scenario, they can access. But outside of that particular hierarchy, no one see these particular methods. So I add this method here. Coming to this example, here I add protected. So for example, I am not returning anything. Finalize. Finalize. Spelling correct kada? So here I would like to write some simple statement. System dot out dot println. Whenever this here I am having only one object. For example, here I need to take care of any non-related Java things. For example, I want to close file stream. Close file stream. ఏమన్నా ఒక ఫైల్ స్ట్రీమ్ రన్నింగ్లో ఉందనుకోండి. Think that I opened one file. Open one file. Say for example, close the file. For example, I open one file which is for reading purpose or writing purpose, but abruptly I would like to come out of my application. So at that time, the unused objects are going to be removed from the memory automatically. But this object will have one file stream which is opened by itself. So I want to close the file stream. So at the time I can use f close methods, whatever, based on, right? Or else if you want to read or send any information in the internet or network, so some socket is opened, right? So a socket open చేసినాం, so which is meant for reading or writing any information through network. So at the time, if you abruptly coming out of your application, that object is open for sending or receiving any information through this particular socket. So that in that situation, the socket will be give some error. So we need to close the socket. So like that, any which is mandatory things we need to take care before removing that object. Such things you can keep inside finalize method. The finalize method will finalize each and every statement or each and every information. Once done, then it removes the memory. That object is going to be removed from the memory. See here, I just added a simple statement. Finalize method is added here. So this is application. This X123 kada. This X123 compiled and run. I'll get the same information which is student ID only, but it never executes the statement. Even if it is executed, but we can't see that one. Why? Because this will be run just before the object is going to be deleted. Means the after completion of our execution program, once it is come out of execution, then the garbage collectors will call that particular object. That object while deleting it print this information on the screen. Well, you can't see all those information which is beyond for our program, right? క్లియరా మనకు అవుట్పుట్ కనబడదు ఎందుకంటే ఆ ప్రాసెస్ అంతా ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ తర్వాత జరుగుతుంది అది రైట్ సో ప్లీజ్ రిమెంబర్ దిస్ దట్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ ద ఫైనలైజ్ మెథడ్ యూజువలీ ద క్వశ్చన్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ ఇన్ ఏబిసి లైక్ దట్ దే లాస్ రైట్ అబౌట్ ఫైనలైజ్ మెథడ్ we need to write what is this, what is exactly the finalize and the structure, and you just add a simple program, whatever the program, but add this protected void finalize and mention one line. It's enough. Clear amma ఇది hello
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
only 81 members connected so far. Okay, this program we will see later. And we will see the method overloading first, and I'll take one more application, new application. So I'm going to define from scratch itself, import java dot io dot star. Say for example, I add one statement before that. Method overloading. First, what is the method and how you are going to be overload the methods. That's the main concept of this. For example, I define a class here. Class, for example, temp. Give any name here. Right. So I took a simple variable like a comma b comma c, some variables, and usually I add one uh, public temp, one constructor. So ఇప్పటి నుంచి రాసే ప్రతి ప్రోగ్రాంలో I just mention all this. IC equal to, so for example, 0. Right. So add this information. We will update later whether we required or not based on. And the next is I define one method. So for example, I am writing void, for example, add. This is a method which is used to go for finding the sum of some values. So I define one more variable here with the name of sum. So here sum equal to a plus b plus c, right? This is a method. So I define one more method here to display the information. Any doubt in this? Ma, if you are able to write the code, nothing more in this. But you should write the code without seeing anything. Sum dot out dot println. So I would like to print the value sum on the screen. So this is all about the class, temporary class. Or else I make this one as instead of add. Num అనుకోండి ఇది. The class name is add num. Mention the same class name for the constructor. ఇక్కడ పబ్లిక్ అని ఇంతకుముందు రాయాలని ఇప్పుడు రాసినామని ఫీల్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ కాదన్నమ్మ. పబ్లిక్ ఇన్ ద సెన్స్ this constructor should be in public. Don't write private or some other. The constructors are going to be called by the Java compiler. So it should be in public or don't mention anything. Right? So try to habituate to write the public. So this is all the information, and next I am going to be create a class followed by third example. So define public static void main, mention string args, open and close. So this is my main method, right? So inside main method I am going to be create objects and all, but save the code first. I am saving with the same name, method ex dot java, which is having main method. The class which is having main method, I am making that one as my file name. And here this is a class which is explicitly defined and which is meant for to add 3 or 2 or 1 number based on whatever the situation, right? Next is I am going to be create is my voice clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I am going to be create one method here, add num. The class is add num. First object 1 equal to new add num, open and close parentheses. So here I am going to be invoke this default constructor and I am make use of this, right? And obj1 dot add method. So just don't give add variable here. This is a display variable and put. Next word methods always starts with lowercase, and any word if it is there you start with uppercase. అది కొంచెం అలవాటు చేసుకోండి జావా నోటేషన్స్ అది రైట్. సో వన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ డన్ నెక్స్ట్ ఓబీజే వన్ డాట్ డిస్ప్లే. First save the code and try to compile the code. AVAC method example dot java, compile the code. Now run the code. So I'll get 0 only. Why? Because nothing more in this. I just call the default constructor and all are 0 all going to be added with, and I'll get the result as 0 and show it on the screen. Right. So next method is here I am going to do some modifications here. The first thing is I want to give different values to this particular different constructors. That's the one method, or else I can pass the parameters to the existing. So I remove this information. I just need only sum, and I don't want even this. So nothing more in this. Just open and close parenthesis. No statement here, and here add variable. For example, I am receiving one variable x, comma one variable y. So here I am going to be add both x plus y. Right? Now the sum is going to be print on the screen. Here I am not supposed to pass, but here inside add variable I can pass some 5 comma 7. I just remove previous content which is not needed for us. I took only one variable sum here and I mentioned. So ఇది కూడా వద్దనుకుంటే తీసేయండి, డిఫాల్ట్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ కూడా అవసరం లేదు. Next is I define one add variable, take two parameters. So I am passing two parameters to the method and I am receiving here in the form of x and y. I am going to be added both and print the result as sum and show it on the screen. See. Now result is 12. For example, for the same object, I just copy and paste here. For example, here I can represent one more parameter, right? So here I need to add one more parameter. So here it is going to be accept only two parameters. I would like to make one more function with the same name, int z and plus z. So function name should be the same, add var. Here it is accepting two parameters of type integer. Here it is accepting three parameters of type integer and printing the result on the screen and executing the same method. Right? See how the output is. So first one is 12, the second one is 24. But don't confuse here. I'm calling only the same method, add var. But one time I am passing two parameters, another time I am passing three parameters. The system will understood based on the number of parameters, that number of parameter method is going to be executed. If you are passing two, the two parameters is going to be executed. If you are passing three, the three parameters method is going to be executed. But the method name should be the same. Okay, Namma. So this is the way we can overload the methods. Such things you can call as method overloading. Now please remember, this is a method overloading. I can do one more thing. I can make this one as double. ఇక్కడ ఇంకోటి రాసుకుంటాను నేను ఇక్కడ. I can make this one as double and double. For example, ఇక్కడ 5.2, ఇక్కడ for example 7.5 అనుకోండి. Now see the output here. right? So the third one is 12.7 like this. ఇక్కడ నేను డబుల్ ఎందుకు కన్వర్ట్ చేసిన అంటే జస్ట్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ మేకింగ్ హియర్ ఆల్సో యాక్సెప్టింగ్ టూ పారామీటర్స్, హియర్ ఆల్సో యాక్సెప్టింగ్ టూ పారామీటర్స్, బట్ హియర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ యాక్సెప్టింగ్ టూ ఇంటీజర్స్ and here it is accepting two double values. Two integers are added and assigned to double variable, nothing will happen. Why? Because the more memory is going to be accommodated with the integer memory. But here two double values are going to be added and stored inside the double variable sum. ఫస్ట్లో చెప్పుకున్నాం కదమ్మా, ద మెమరీ ఈజ్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ఫిట్ ఫర్ హయ్యర్ మెమరీస్ ఓన్లీ. డబుల్ని ఇంటీజర్లో ఫిట్ చేయాలన్నప్పుడు ఎక్స్ప్లిసిట్ కన్వర్షన్ అవసరం, బట్ ఇంటీజర్ని డబుల్లో కన్వర్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు ద సిస్టమ్ విల్ కన్వర్ట్. వై? బికాస్ ఓన్లీ దట్ మెమరీ 4 bytes is going to be accommodated happily in 8 bits, 8 bytes and so on. So less memory is happily accommodated in huge memory. So in this scenario, అమ్మ ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాసుకుండేది, in this scenario I created 3 methods with the same name. The method name is same, but sometimes the method is accepting 2 integers, sometimes the method is accepting 2 double values, and some other time it is accepting 3 integer values. So like that, there is a slight difference by passing number of arguments, but only the thing is the method name should be the same. So in that scenario, what happens? It leads to method overloading. Okay, Namma, method in the sense a function which is we come across in first year. Method will have its own task, a specific task we can call. Here we are calling these are the methods. Why? Because it is bounded in a class itself and it can work with that particular instance variables only. It is having its own limitations, but functions are not like that. They are globally defined and anyone can access. But if you want to access these things, we should done by means of that object only. Right? This is a simple example here added. I took only one object here and I call 3 times with the 3 different parameters to the same method. Only one method is going to be invoked. But if you are passing 2 parameters, appropriately the 2 parameters method is going to be invoked. The compiler act intelligently and it can invoke that particular method at runtime. And if you pass 3 parameters based on in the runtime, the system is going to be invoke that much number of time method and execute that statements and so on. Any doubt in this? What is the method and how we are going to be override the method, overload the method? But don't confuse, here we are having one more word, overload. Yesterday we come across constructor overloading. Only the constructor name is same. Sometimes you are not passing any parameters, sometimes you are passing parameters. Sometimes you are passing objects. Here also the same. Sometimes you are not passing. Sometimes you, for example, you may write one more method with the name of without any parameters. Without any parameter also you can mention. Sum equal to 0. I can call again one more time without any parameters. All the things based on that we can write. Right, so last one is 0.00. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
ఒకే నేమ్ ఉండి దానికి డిఫరెంట్ టాస్క్లు ఇచ్చుకుంటూ వెళ్ళామంటే నౌ కెన్ సే దట్ ఈజ్ ఓవర్లోడెడ్. ఇట్ ఈస్ డూయింగ్ మోర్ టాస్క్, ఓవర్లోడెడ్ థింగ్. సో ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది, ఇక్కడ మెథడ్ అనేది ఓవర్లోడ్ అయిపోతుంది. ఒకే మెథడే వాడుతున్నాం, నేమ్ ఒకటే వాడుతున్నాం, బట్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ 2 పారామీటర్స్, సమ్ టైమ్స్ 3 పారామీటర్స్, సమ్ టైమ్స్ నో పారామీటర్ అండ్ సో ఆన్. Means that comes under method overloading. Please remember here, this is a very important topic. Sometimes the question may come right about constructor overloading or sometimes method overloading. Any doubt in this method overloading? Any doubt?
No, sir.
So some more examples added here. You just go through this one later. సో ఇది కూడా లాస్ట్ టైం చెక్ చేసుకున్నాం, బట్ మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చూద్దాం దీన్ని నెక్స్ట్. The arguments ఇందాక పాస్ చేసినాం కదా ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్స్ కూడా, లైక్ దట్ యూ కెన్ పాస్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్. సో ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ పాస్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆబ్జెక్ట్ నేమ్ డాట్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ వేరియబుల్ నేమ్ అనేది వస్తుంది, మిగతా టైంలో రాదు. ఈవెన్ యూ కెన్ రిటర్న్ ఎ వాల్యూ. సో రిటర్నింగ్ మెథడ్ ఒకసారి చూద్దాం. If you are good at C language methods, nothing more in this. It's a very simple notations here. For example, ఒక మెథడ్ ఏదైనా వాల్యూ రిటర్న్ చేయాలన్నప్పుడు we need to mention, instead of void we need to mention return value, right? So return చేసినప్పుడు we need to catch the value and we need to print. For example, I can take one more method with the same name. For example, this is of type double, add variable. For example, it takes some number, int x comma int y, and find the sum x plus y and return. How many of you know this return statement? ఎప్పుడైనా చూసినారా రిటర్న్ అనేది?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Will return from this method. ఇక్కడ నుంచి బయటికి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది అది, right? For example, I can add a method here again. But here I don't want to display the same information here. I can take double. So what I am returning? I am returning a double value. So receive in double format. Double, for example, res result equal to obj1 dot add variable. For example, here I pass two values 11, 22. So print the values on the screen. ఎలా ప్రింట్ చేసాం? system dot print ln. Print the value what I am printing res on the screen. గుర్తుపెట్టుకున్నాము. ఇంతకుముందు ఏమవుతుంది, వాట్ ఎవర్ ద రిజల్ట్ యూ వాంట్ టు గెట్, ఐఎమ్ గెట్ ద సేమ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ బై మీన్స్ ఆఫ్ మెథడ్ డిస్ప్లే var, which is there inside the class. But here I am returning a value. This method is going to be return a value and I need to catch the value here. So I am going to be receive the value. So this call accepting two parameters and returning one double value. That value is going to be stored inside res, that is of type double. Print the value on the screen, right? I'll execute the same code. Compile the code. Already defined the class. Going to same name. Okay, I'll make a little modification for this. Two same parameters nanduku adi koncham confuse avutundi. Float, I'll take the float. Pass the float values. Float అన్నప్పుడు f అని పడాలని చెప్పాను కదా. See again. Now run the program. So now the result is 33. Okay, Namma? Clear is it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So only one program which I modified in such a way that, so first which is accepting, ఇక్కడ కావాలంటే ఫ్లోట్ వస్తుంది కాబట్టి మనకి డబుల్లో వస్తుంది కాబట్టి డబుల్ పెట్టుకున్నామంటే. వై? బికాస్ we are defining a variable with the name of double. So I am returning the value also in the form of double. Receiving two float values, finding the sum and returning the sum. The sum is of type double, so return statement. So this is the same method which is accepting two float values and return double value. This is not accepting anything and returning nothing. And this is accepting two integers and it is not returning anything. Here it is accepting three integers and returning nothing. Here it is accepting two double values and it is not returning anything. And this is a method which is used to display a static information, a variable information on the screen. The sum అనే ఒక instance variable information ని print చేస్తున్నాను. So these are the ways you can go for calling all the information. Any doubt in this? Here I am calling by means of two float values which returns one double value. So I am receiving in the form of double. Print the value on the screen like this. Any doubt in this? This is all about the method overloading. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Can anyone unmute and
No,
speak?
sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
So please practice all these programs, or else it may give you a very big confusion. So do daily, and whenever you want the same session again, you just download the session and you may listen again. This facility is added in that. You just go through that and download the session in the local system, into your local system, and have the same session again. But practice is required. If you are not practiced, it's very difficult to understand. There is no theory to by hand and reproduce. It's the only what you can say programmatically representing. So based on the situation, we need to write the code continuously. Okay. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.